Folks, hello and welcome to Tavern Chat. If you're watching this on Saturday, March 29th, I can you might not be a member of the channel, might not be somebody that's helping keep the lights on here at the tavern. If you join the tavern, membership has its privileges when it comes to videos that are not breaking news. They're going to be shown to paying members first. Then, if you're not a paying member, you're not missing out on anything. It's just going to be delayed about 12 hours, maybe 24. Not a big deal, I would say. It's appreciated if you do support the channel. So today, there's been a lot of brouhaha over Larry Elmore. And I figured we should look at some classic Elmore artwork to wet our lips for this. So this is some classic Larry Elmore artwork for Dragonlance. Okay, this is what I remember from my Dragonlance days. Is this artwork spoke? Okay, this is from Dragons of Autumn Twilight. These characters are characters that can live in your mind. You got the dragon behind. Larry's work is magical. Story has it, excuse me, but the story is that Larry was asked at GaryCon last week, why is your art not being used on these new Dragonlance releases? And Larry's answer was quite honest. Uh, they prefer digital art these days, says it pops more. So keep this vision in mind. I'm going to let this sit here so you can burn this. And yes, there's a little bit of a cartoon look to it, but it's classic Elmore. Everybody here has a story to tell. The story is etched in their face. We'll see what stories the artwork they're going with will tell. So here's the digital art. Now, I am going to have to, and that's for Dragons of Eternity. And I'm going to have to embiggen that because at this level, it lacks a certain oomphness for sure, but there's a lot more lacking. But to do that, I have to actually pull it up because I got to be able to. What's that word we use? Embiggen certain aspects of the visual here. So that's the full cover. Again, it lacks that magical, but this has pop. They say this has pop. Okay, but here we're gonna look just a little bit deeper at that one. Okay. Now let's look at the pop. Let's zoom in. Now, besides the fact that this middle character here, her head looks like it's awkwardly positioned, almost as if she has no neck. She does have a neck, but it doesn't look right. But remember, this digital art, which looks like a fake oil painting, is what pops. Okay. I mean, I'm not claiming it's AI artwork. There's no five fingers. They all have five fingers, okay? It's not like we're going to see any of that misconstrued. But let's look at what I can only imagine is Tanis half elven. Look at those eyes. Why is he wearing man makeup? Why is he wearing mascara? This we saw Tannis in the other picture, right? Didn't look anything like this. This artwork, and yeah, I'm not talking about how. I'll zoom out for a moment. This is not what sells. If you asked my niece, who can tell you what sells, she knew at 5 years old or 6 what sold when it came to the cover of Swords of Wizardry Continual Light. She was like, "That was an action cover." Where's the action? Look how awkward this pose is. Why? The cloak doesn't even look like it's falling properly. This line actually, I didn't notice this last night live, but that looks a little weird. But okay, uh, you know the grip on the sword here. And by the way, I sorry, I'm going to get a bit political here, but of course they had to show. Whereas Elmore was usually showing what 2 out of 3 characters as male, of course we get the 2 out of 3 as female, and the male is like pushed to the side and the back. But what's with this face? It's almost as if they just didn't want the art to sell the product. Okay, let's look at the dragon. The dragon that's up above them and it looks fine, but it doesn't look intimidating. Doesn't have that look of the classic dragon that we just saw in the Elmore shot. And they're standing on a porch. Now, where is the excitement in that? Where is the energy in how they are posing?
With maybe they're supposed to be just chilling on the porch.
It could be it, right? And you got the stained glass. Well, you got a stained glass window behind, so of course, the stained glass window, that's going to do the selling. I'm going to go back to this picture of Tannis Half-Elven. Why does he have? Well, looking at the women, okay, they're supposed to. He looks like he's got 2 black eyes. Why? Why would you do that? There's other stuff I could say would probably get me into trouble, so I'm not going to say it. I am not as stupid as I occasionally look. I would like to think. But here, let's go back to Larry's. Now, we saw this. We're going to go back to Larry's artwork. Can you compare those two? Can you? And if you can compare them, why would you want to? What does that comparison mean? Right? The characters are imposing. There's emotions on the face. Those faces had no emotion. That dragon looks sinister, like it could pop out at any moment. That other dragon was just background schlock. This is Tannis here. Look, by the way, that cloak falls properly here. It did not fall properly in the other pose. But hey, they know what they're doing, right? This is the property. The authors don't have control over it. The IP holder has control over it. So when you wonder why WotC makes missteps, you're looking at it.
I think those are the only steps they make.
The only steps they make are missteps. But folks, tell me what you think. Give me your opinions. Give me your thoughts. Maybe the other art in your mind is better. Hey, art is a very personal selection. I disagree with you, but who knows? Folks, again, if you're a member, you're getting this early. If you're not, we'll get it in a couple of hours. No big deal. All right, folks. Be safe, be well. God bless. Roll those dice. Roll those dice, roll them well. Back with the live stream just over an hour from now as I record this. 8 p.m. Friday. Oh, another live stream, 8 p.m. Saturday. Hope to see you both times. Catch you later. Be good.